really just recognizing that the journey doesn't end. It just changes. It ebbs and it flows. Sometimes it's joyful. Sometimes there's things we have to process and work through. And all the way, we change and we grow and we open. We have all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Okay, my beloveds. So what's dropping in for us today for this episode is the idea, right, that in order to have a journey, a significant spiritual journey and experience of life, we have to be willing to take a journey. And so often, myself included, right, we come to this spiritual opening and we want it all right now. We want to know all the answers. We want to know what we're supposed to do. We want to know where the path is taking us. And this is so human of us, right? We have to love these parts of us that are so curious about wanting it now. And what I know of this journey is that it doesn't happen overnight. Yes, we can have incredible openings that happen right now and instantaneously. And yet the true nature of life here on this planet in a human body is a journey. It's moment by moment, step by step, unfolding as we live. Like this is what a life is called, right? It's not that your life is waiting to happen once you fill in the blank, right? Get to do this, then you'll know, then you'll be on the path, then you'll be good enough to do what you want. It's like, no. That's all ego identity mixed up with your wounding and so precious, those parts. And yet, right, we're here for something different. We're here for something bigger. We're here for a truer and deeper existence. And that means years on the path, right? And I don't say that to discourage you in like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get there, right? Because that's immediately where we can go. And again, just notice if you do that and call that part in and love them and be like, it's okay, I got you, right? Like include every part of you. You know that this is what I teach, right? Because every part of you is valuable and has something to share. And really, when you can lean into the idea that it is a journey and you came here for a journey, you didn't come here to know everything right away. You came here to explore what life on this planet is like. You came here to give your soul the opportunity to expand and grow and know itself in this form, right? We go to many different places. We incarnate in lots of different realms and star systems and planets and a lot of what is beyond our comprehension, our understanding, right, in this human form. And yet, this is the nature of who we are, right? We're a little piece of consciousness molded into a soul that gets to come here and live in this vessel and then experience itself. And when we can really remember that and recognize that our whole entire life is the journey. And so I can say, right, when I started out really getting deeper on this path decades ago, I was very much like, what am I doing? What's the path? Am I on it? How can I open my intuition? I just want to feel better right now. And I want to know everything right now. I want to be happy right now. And I get it, right? Like those are great wishes and desires, and they kept me going because I was looking for the next thing. I was always searching and always seeking for the next thing that I thought would make me happy, would make me fulfilled, would open me up in the way that I so desperately wanted. And it took a lot of self-exploration, right? I had to peel away every single part of me that was living in an illusion that I am separate, or was living in an illusion that the world has created where this is all that life is, right? You live, you work, you have some kids maybe, you buy a house, you get a new car, you spend a bunch of money, you buy a bunch of things, and then you sit when you're older and dying and wish you'd done something different. It's the beautiful American dream that we've created. And now I know a lot of you that are listening here, that's not your dream, right? But that is a collective energy that we all sit in that's saying, do this, do this, do this. And so anytime we stray from that path, anytime we want to follow a desire that doesn't fit into that mold, we're going to feel the resistance of the outside noise telling us that we're crazy, or you can't do this, or what are you thinking? You don't have enough time. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough resources. You don't have enough support, right? That's a lot of external noise that we are hearing, as well as whatever is internal for us, right? Our own wounding and our own places that we bump up against as we are uncovering and discovering and unearthing our true nature, what's underneath, right? All the conditioning, the program, the stories, the things that happened to us, the things that didn't happen to us, right? It all gets muddled in our fields. And then our journey here is to pick that apart, to unravel it, to uncover what is actually true for us underneath the illusions. So as I was saying, right, as I started out and I really wanted to know now, and then all these years later, being a different person, having the connection that I was always searching for in a deeper way, having the calm and the stillness inside me, the resilience, the ability to discern, the deep connection to my intuition, the ability to boundary myself, right? Energetically, spiritually, emotionally, all these tools that I learned, they were all part of my journey. And yes, even though now, right, I know what I want to be when I grow up. That happened in my late 40s. I finally figured that out. And even though, right, I accomplished what I set out to do in a bigger way, I'm still on a journey, right? It's not like my life suddenly ended or became perfect and everything just fell into place. It's like, no, now I can go deeper. Now I can understand more. Now I can work to be connected to the nature of the universe and to this life. And now I can support other people on this journey. But I'm still raising my children. I still am feeding my animals. I am still bumping up against decisions that get to be made. And I still have challenges that arise. I still move through things. I still am cultivating different relationships, right? So this idea that once we have everything we seek, then everything's great, right? Then we could do what we want. I mean, there's truth in we can do what we want, right? If we have done the work, the internal work necessary to risk, right? To risk it all in devotion to what we love. I do think there is some truth in that the more you explore yourself, the more willing you are to put yourself out there to do what you want to do without letting, right, all the stories tell you otherwise. And yet ultimately, I experience that our life is going to continue being a journey until we are done in this body. And when we can really ease into that and we can really say, okay, I'm showing up for what is here today and I'm doing the work that is asked of me today and I'm using everything in my life as fuel, right? As the map, as the sacred map that I am walking. And I'm going to hone my internal compass, that place inside you that knows, right? That we negate so often. I actually have a whole podcast episode on following your internal compass. So we'll link that in the show notes if you haven't listened to that already. It's a good one. And allowing life to unfold and getting in the flow and really just recognizing that the journey doesn't end. It just changes. It ebbs and it flows. Sometimes it's joyful. Sometimes there's things we have to process and work through. And all the way, we change and we grow and we open. Our ability to love changes. Our ability to hold space changes. Our ability to include everything changes, right? We begin to see everything that is placed in our lives as a gift, as an opportunity, as something that we get to explore so that our soul, when it chooses to leave, when it's finally time to leave, can really say, oh my gosh, I lived. I fully lived that life. And we take all the gifts and all the goodness, and then we have a life review, right? Once we cross over, we have a life review where we get to look back at our life and we get to see from a very unemotional place, like it's a very detached place is the way it's described, that you just get to see it all. And you get to see where you could have done it differently, but not with judgment and shame and guilt. You just get to see it for what it is. And the same for the relationships towards you, right? If you have a lot of people that have hurt you and harmed you, you get to see that for what it is as far as a soul lesson goes. And this is the beauty, right, of doing your work in this lifetime, is that when you go to that life review, you recognize you don't have to do those things over again because you completed them on this journey. So my loves, are you willing to take the journey, to have an actual journey here in this life? Right? Get out of the head, drop into the heart, get into the soul, and know that everything is for you. Everything you are doing matters. Every moment counts. So what are you doing with these moments in these incredibly evolutionary times? These are not normal times on this planet. Normal word used loosely there, right? Typical, let's say. But who knows? Has Earth ever been typical? I mean, that's probably a wild statement too, right? These times we have chosen to incarnate into are wild, but they are also for us. We are part of something incredible. We are a part of a change, a massive change. Astrology talks about it. Human design talks about it. I mean, it's everywhere when we zoom out and we look at these times. And if we think about it, right, I chose the exact moment to be born way back in 1973 because I wanted to be the age I am now, doing the work I am now, with the people that I am doing it with now, for these times. Like, how divinely orchestrated is that, right? I'm not 20 right now. I'm not 95. I'm my age. And I have lived the life experience that has given me every tool that I need to live my life today. Right? All the information I have gathered, all the things that happened to me that led me on a journey that pushed me in a direction that kept me searching and seeking. And I'm not in any way suggesting that I am done with my studying and that I know everything there is to know. Oh my goodness, no, right? I know one small little drop in the ocean, and yet it's enough. It's enough to help people right now with these circumstances. And this is the same. I say all this, right? Because this is your life too. It is no accident that you are right where you are right now, doing what you're doing, contemplating your next move, discerning where you want to go in these really cataclysmic transformational times. So follow that, right? Don't negate it. Be willing to take the journey, because otherwise the journey will take you and you will just go, right? Like, you don't even know how many times, and you do, I don't need to say it that way, but that people don't say yes. They don't do the thing that they need to do. And what happens? Well, life does it for them and everything comes crashing down, right? It's like, if you need to blow up your life, you should blow it up, or the universe will blow it up for you. And I use that word should there, take that with a grain of salt. There's no shoulds. There's only what's true and correct for you. But if you think that you need to blow up your life, then I would really consider it. But maybe the glide path is for you, right? It doesn't always have to be a blow up your life. I've blown up my life a couple different times, but I didn't blow them up in a way that harmed other people or created a mess behind me that someone else needed to clean up. I intentionally jumped off the cliff to see how high I could fly. And in doing so, my whole life exploded, right? But in a way that as the dust settled and the fires calmed, I sat in the ashes, reborn. And this is how it works for all of us. Right? If you are in that fire moment, if you are in that my life has been blown up moment, whether you did it or something else did it, this is for you. This is not something you need to be a victim of, because this is for you. This is a gift. This means that your journey is taking shape, and it's taking shape fast. So lean in. Who are you going to be as you rise out of those ashes, transformed and changed? Because life is a journey, my loves, and we are all on it. So might as well take the reins and enjoy the ride. I love you.